In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a kitchen herb garden, and the best part is it only cost $18.
Things first, here's what you'll need to kick things off. A simple wooden tray, nothing fancy. I picked this one up at Hobby Lobby for just a few dollars. A can of wood stain, along with a paintbrush and an old rag for wiping off the excess. This step is less about perfection and more about just giving your tray some character. You can also choose not to stain your tray, but with our house, we have more darker toned furniture, and I just love the rich tone that this stain gives it. Open that can of stain and dip your brush in just enough to coat the bristles, but not dripping. You want to start by brushing the stain onto one side of the tray. Work with the grain of the wood, not against it. And don't worry if it looks dark at first, because as soon as the stain is brushed on, we're going to take our rag and gently wipe down everything that we just painted to soak up any extra stain. Repeat this on each side of the tray, slowly and intentionally, because we've got time. This is the part where the tray is going to go from just a basic box to something you actually want to leave on your counter. Now that your tray is drying, let's move on to the planting setup. My tray has 4 individual sections, so I grabbed 4 mason jars. Again, super affordable, and we're going to give each one a base layer of washed river rocks. And I know everybody's like, don't put rocks in your planter, but you know what? We're doing it because I'm not about to try and drill holes in the bottom of my mason jars. That way I can repurpose them in the future if I want to. This will just add some drainage since there are no holes in the bottom. And next up, we're gonna just top these up with potting soil. Add enough to fill each jar about halfway, but don't pack it down too tight because herbs like a little breathing room. The fun part is actually adding the herbs so you can see what it's going to look like. We're going with a classic quartet of parsley, oregano, cilantro, and thyme. Each one I use almost daily in my cooking. So parsley, just because I love to add that for topping things, oregano for a pizza night, cilantro for any time we use salsa, and thyme for depth in just about everything. Plus, my bunny Goose loves all of these herbs. They're some of his favorites, so it'll make it super easy to just clip off a couple sprigs and feed it to him. Pop each herb into its jar, nestling it gently into the soil, and then top up each jar with more potting mix until it's just about level with the rim. So you've got the function. See what it's going to look like once I put these into the tray. And I did a poll on my Instagram to see if I should add the rims or leave it without, and everybody said rims, so we added the rims. I found these chalkboard paint signs / stakes at Hobby Lobby, and I decided these would be great for labeling the outside of the box, but I did break off the stakes because I didn't like the look of the actual stake in the mason jar. So I snapped off the stakes and then wrote down the herb names for each one, and then I decided the best way to put this onto the tray is probably just to hot glue it. So I kind of laid it out. I mean, there's little staples on the tray, so I could kind of eyeball it and see where exactly center was. And I mean, it's probably not perfect, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to make a kitchen top or a kitchen herb garden. We're not here to make something that could win an award in engineering. Okay. For under $20, you now have a garden that fits even the tiniest of kitchens. It adds instant flavor to your cooking, and it gives you a daily dose of green without ever stepping outside. And the best part is, it's Goose approved.
If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to like and subscribe. Happy gardening!